How do? Oh, that tastes nice. It's just some beers I got over the Christmas period. I'm not really a lager drinker at this time of year, but I thought I'd get a few in at Christmas, you know, for guests and things like that, and have a few left over. It's called Bavaria, although it's actually brewed in the Netherlands, and it's one of these macro lager type beers. But it's actually quite a good one. It's certainly better than your Heinekens or your Carlsbergs. And this beer, as well as a Facebook post that I read, in one of the homebrew related groups that I'm a member of, got me thinking. The Facebook post said, "Can you brew a beer without boiling hops?" Now, of course, we know we can, because I made a raw beer, and raw beer means you don't boil. But this beer has got me thinking, if there's another way. So let me explain. But first of all, let me just drink another one of these. Another gulp of this. That is actually not a bad beer. I find it's better when it's slightly warmer than your typical lager. And I think the reason why they've called it Bavaria, even though it's Dutch, is because they're trying to create like a Bavarian Helles rather than your typical sort of North German lager style beer. And I think they've done a pretty good job of it, to be honest. There is a little bit of hop presence, and when I first tried this, it did sort of cast my mind back to when I was in Bavaria about 3-4 years ago now. Amazing beers in Bavaria. Of course, one of the best is Augustiner, and if you've never tried a Helles, look for a bottle of Augustiner Helles. I think it's classed as one of the world's best beers. And this is not a patch on it, but it did take my mind back to those types of beers, and I think that's why they've called it Bavaria, because they're trying to recreate more of a Bavarian Helles beer as opposed to a North German lager. Let me read you the instructions, and not the instructions, it's not a kit. Let me read you the ingredients, because this is what got me thinking. So the ingredients is natural mineral water, and you can definitely taste that mineral in the beer. In fact, it did remind me of a North German beer, ironically. Flensburger, a Flensburger Pilsner. When you try that, there is a definite mineral flavour to the beer. So they've used natural mineral water, barley malt, obviously, glucose syrup. Yeah, it's a big macro beer. Although we can't complain as home brewers, can we? Because we put all sorts of extra fermentables into our beers. It does use colouring, which is called plain caramel. And if you look at the beer, it does have a more golden appearance, more similar to a Helles than that pale straw colour of your typical lager. And here's the interesting bit: hop extract. So it's basically water, malt, syrup, a little bit of colouring, hop extract. No hops at all have been used in the making of this beer. And that got me thinking, and again this Facebook post, which I answered, and I said yes, you can make a beer without using hops, without boiling the hops for like an hour. You can use something called an isomerized hop extract, which you add to beers to alter the bitterness level. And it got me thinking that actually there's no reason why you can't just use this in replacement to the 1 hour boil. certainly cut down on the brew day. And I also remembered a kit I made years ago. In fact, it's hard to get now because it's made in Germany, and I don't think they export to the UK anymore because of all the problems, which I won't discuss, making it difficult for businesses. But I'll put a picture up of the actual beer kit. It's Brew Barrel, and this is their Bavarian lager. And as you can see, that the extract comes in a plastic tub, which I thought was quite unique, and I like using that actually. It made it very easy. But if you look at the bottom, as you're looking at it at the bottom right, you'll see a little bottle, and that bottle is hop extract. So when you brew this kit, the wort's already been bittered. So the actual syrup has already been bittered for you. And what you do is you add just before bottling, you add the hop oil, and it gives you instructions how much oil to add. And so I thought, well, you know what? I could brew a beer, just boil 8 to 10 litres, add some DME, mix it in thoroughly, bring it all back to the boil, and as soon as it gets to the boil, just turn it off. So it pasteurises, basically, pasteurises the dry malt, and then just transfer that then into a fermenter bucket and add hop extract. This is 6% isomerized hop extract, which means that 1 ml of this, so it goes a long way, 1 ml of this will bitter 10 litres of wort at 6 IBUs. So that's your 6%, that's what that means. So for 6 IBUs, it's 1 ml in 10 litres. Now obviously I'm going to be wanting a lot more than 6 IBUs, maybe 20, 25. So I'll be looking at maybe 4 ml, possibly 5 if I want a really bitter beer, depending on the style of beer I choose to make. But that's how you use isomerized hop extract. It just replaces you boiling the hops, because it's called isomerization when you boil the hops. That's, it's called isomerization, where the bitterness comes out, and this is the extract from that. So you can bitter, and as this Brew Barrel German beer kit has shown, you can use these little hop extract bottles for flavour and aroma. So I'm thinking there's actually no reason why you cannot make a beer without using any hops at all, just like this one, no hops, but there is a nice, very faint, but it's definitely there, a hop aroma and a little bit of hop flavour just at the back. Although if you drink this too cold, it's gone. It's so light, you just don't taste it. So I like this a little bit warmer than your typical lagers, maybe 4 or 5 degrees. And that brings out those flavours. So it was just an idea I had for a future brew. Make a beer without any hops. And it would be great if you just want to put a quick beer on, but you don't have much time. Say midweek, one evening. Because I've calculated that actually I could probably make this beer, well, at least the first step, in about the same amount of time as putting together a kit. Because I like to soak the tins when I'm making a kit beer for about 15 minutes. Well, in 15 minutes I can boil 8 to 10 litres of water. And then it's just a case of mixing in the dry malt extract, pouring it into a fermenter, exactly the same as a kit, just top it up. I will just add in my isomerized hop extract for the bittering, and I suppose you could actually You could add it in bit at a time. Mix it through to get it aerated as well. That'll help with aerating the wort. And then you could just take little samples and taste them, and when it's bitter enough for you, you stop adding any more extract. And then when it comes to bottling, get a bottling bucket, put in the required amount of hop extract, the flavour aroma extract, put that into the bucket and just siphon on top. So you've got your bitter in, you've got your aroma, and you've got your flavour. Nice little project. And like I say, the first stage, just getting into a bucket and you know, pitching the yeast, should only take about half an hour, same as a kit. So a nice little quick beer when you don't have much time. Anyway, just a quick video with my thoughts on that. It certainly worked with this beer, because that is not bad. It's definitely better than your Heineken or your Carlsberg, I'll give it that. Yep, no hops have been used in the making of this beer. Very nice. Okay, just a quick one. See you in the next video. Bye bye for now.